On the 14th of November 1770, I stood at the very fountain of the Nile. No European had ever seen it before. James Bruce. Welcome back to Ethiopia through foreign eyes. In this video, we follow James Bruce on the most daring leg of his journey, his quest to find the legendary source of the Nile. But what he found was more than a river. It was a sacred spring, deeply woven into the spiritual and cultural fabric of Ethiopia. After months at the royal court in Gondar, Bruce set out for highlands of Gondar, where he believed the Nile began. His destination, Gish Abai, a spring revered by Ethiopians not just as a geographic source, but as a holy site, a place of pilgrimage and prayer. The priests spoke of the water as a gift from heaven. I came to measure it. They came to bless it. Bruce's scientific lens met Ethiopia's spiritual soul, and the contrasts shaped his entire journey. The journey was treacherous. Bruce and his guides crossed rivers, climbed steep hills, and passed through remote villages. Along the way, he documented everything: flora, fauna, rituals, and people, with the eye of a scientist, but the heart of a storyteller. The land was wild, but beautiful. I felt as though I were walking through the first day of creation. Bruce's journals overflowed with admiration, not just for the train, but for the people whose lives were in harmony with it. The Ethiopian worldview, he noted, was deeply spiritual, where nature, faith, and daily life were inseparable. On November 14, 1717, Bruce reached Gish Abai. He drank from the spring, measured its flow, and declared it's the source of the Blue Nile. But to the local priests, this was not a discovery. It was a sacred truth they had always known. The spring was not merely water. It was a symbol of life, of faith, of the divine. Bruce was awed by the reverence shown to the site. Villagers removed their shoes before approaching the spring. Prayers were whispered into the wind. To them, Gish Abai was not a mystery, it was a miracle. Bruce believed he had achieved what no European had done. But when he returned to Europe, his claim was met with skepticism. Critics accused him of exaggeration. Some dismissed his discovery entirely, arguing that Nile's true source lay further south. His boldness was met with disbelief, but Bruce stood by his story, even as Europe scoffed. Today, we know that Blue Nile begins at Gish Abai, while the White Nile originates in Lake Victoria. Bruce was right, partially, but in his time, his claim was revolutionary, and his journey revealed more than geography. It revealed a culture that saw rivers, not just as a water, but as a scared lifelines. James Bruce's journey to the source of the Nile was more than a geographical mission. It was a story of ambition, perception, and legacy. He saw Ethiopia not just as a place, but as a key to unlocking the mystery of ancient world. Next time, we follow Bruce's return and the storm of controversies that awaited him in Europe. If you are enjoying this journey, subscribe and join us as we continue to explore Ethiopia through foreign eyes.